Thank you, Melissa, for joining me today. And just kind of share, how long have you been in the community and why did you join the Legacy Builder program in the digital growth community?
So I have been in the community for a little over 4 months now. So just a little over 4 months. And the one thing that made me decide to join the community was because we had some financial stuff that happened in our family dynamics. We got hit with a big, huge property tax. Bill. And my husband's in construction. And as with construction, it's always up and down. And he was in in this field for a long time, but his business was starting to go under the company that he was with. And so he was our breadwinner and he was the one bringing in most of the money because as myself, I'm an educator and educators don't make enough money. So I was, working 9 to 5 and bringing in that income, but he was it was up and down. And with that property tax bill, and we just built this house, like we just built it. And having that property tax bill, like we both were just like our hearts just went, what are we going to do now? And so my husband and I were looking at each other like we're going to both have to get like second or third jobs or sell our dream home. And at that moment, I literally was like, please God, show me a sign. I need to find something because I cannot go get a second or third job. My husband already is gone all the time. He misses out on like all of my kids' activities and everything like that. And so we're just like, we can't waste more time. So I found the program through a friend and I jumped in and it's been the best decision I've ever made.
So how has the programs, like the resources, the pre-built system, the templates, how has that helped make it easier to get started with your business?
Oh my gosh. So, I'm an educator. So I teach kids on a day-to-day basis. So, it's step one, step two, step three. And so what I love about the community and the program is that it is step by step. And I'm a visual learner too. So just like the visuals and the step-by-step proven system has completely been a game changer. And this is like for anybody, like literally anybody can do it. Like even up to an 85-year-old grandma can do this. Like it's so awesome because it's like the teacher in me. It's like you're sitting here step by step, do this, follow the system and implement it and just implement it. That's the thing, like go out and do it. And so that has been a game changer. So it's not going out and figuring it out yourself. You know what I mean? It's all wrapped in. And that's what I love about it.
Love that. So since being inside the community, has anything happened that you never expected to happen that you're surprised about?
What I'm just surprised about is just in the community alone is the mentorship that, all the camaraderie that the people that come together. And that was the one thing that I loved because just being in my past, with, opportunities I've been part of in the past, it just seems like everybody's against each other. And that was one thing that I was tired of. Like I'm about, coming together, helping each other, the kindness, all of that. And so that was one thing I wanted to leave behind. And so I was so excited when I came into this and all the help and the mentorship and the love and care, and the kindness from everybody. That was the best part. Like I was like, if I have this, I'm going to share it with everybody because they're going to love this. When they get into this community, they're going to see the love, the care, the help, the mentorship, all of that. So yeah, that's one thing I loved.
So fast forward to today, the skills and the strategies that you've learned in implementing your online business, did it help with that financial situation you were in before you started?
Oh my gosh. Yes, it is. And so this is the thing. And I was telling you, I could get emotional talking about this, but we were in such tough times, 4 months ago. Like I was literally crying myself to sleep. That's my story all the time. Like I was literally crying myself to sleep because not only am I a mom and I have two teenage daughters, I breathe for my kids. Like I do everything for them. And so I'm working 9 to 5, being able to be at everything that they have, it's hard. And my husband works long hours. And so when this happened, when I found this, I was like, I need something to replace my full-time job. And
Mm.
so I'm tired of this. I want to be able to bring my husband home as well from working because it's tearing him down. I mean, the pains he gets from working in construction and everything. I'm like, I just want to bring him home because he's missed out on a lot of my kids' stuff. Luckily, with me being an educator, I do they understand a little bit more and do let me leave to go do those things. But after the 4 months with the strategies, this has tripled my annual income, like what I make in a year as an educator, like triple in 4 months. That's like literally, I like this last month was like a little bit more than what I made in a year as a teacher.
Wow.
So, and that's just by implementing and following the step-by-step system and marketing it. It's amazing.
So what does your husband think?
My husband, so my husband, because of the last 12 years, I have done a lot of multi-level marketing companies. I have been through a lot, and he always is just like, good job, babe. You got this. He tries to be the big cheerleader, but money talks with men. And so he was always like, you know, he wouldn't, he was kind of actually, it's funny, I always talk about this. So I was never allowed to tag him on anything on social media because he was embarrassed. Like he was embarrassed. I always laugh about this because he was like, don't ever tag me. Don't, don't even bring me into this. And I'm like, okay, I won't, don't worry about it. But it was so funny because with this, I told him, he kind of just went, oh, Melissa, you should just go get a second job. That's literally what he told me. Like, we should just go get a second job. Like he's like this, he thinks I'm just hopeful this thing is gonna, something's gonna work, right? And I was like, I don't care what you think. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna prove you wrong. And so he is now like literally he's already like planning things that, my shed in the backyard and like all these things. And he's like, you can tag me, babe. You can tag me all you want. So and he's actually, which is so amazing, is because of this too, and he now sees what it's doing for our family, and now it's giving him hope that to bring him home. He's actually sharing it with people. Do you get what I'm saying? So like
Mhm.
coworkers and people, and telling them you can have time freedom, you can have financial freedom, this can change your financial situation. That is huge. You know what I mean? For him to do something like that, from the difference of what he was when I was with my other opportunities, that's huge. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
I love that. And I love what you've been able to accomplish in such a short time. Does it give you like goosebumps if you think a year ahead?
I am so excited for the next year. I'm like, I like all the things that I'm hopeful for, because this is the thing. My oldest daughter is got 2 years left of high school. Okay. And
Mhm.
time has flown by. So I am picturing the more time, like the vacations that we've had to say no to. I'm picturing, being able to say yes more to the things that I've had to say no to her for a long time. Like she's going to be getting her license here, and my husband and I are already like super excited because we will be able to get her a car, because that was another stress that we had, right? Like the car, like how are we going to get our car? How are we going to be able to do this for her? That kind of stress. To be honest, if we didn't find this, she wouldn't be able to have that car. So that's the thing, is like thinking of all those things now. And my husband is hopeful that he'll have more time to be able to go to her games and things like that, and be able to take the time off to do that with what is ahead. And I like my goals, Michelle, are huge. I'm just saying, they're huge. I'm dreaming again, and that's what's amazing.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I love that. Yes, I'm dreaming again. That
I'm
feels good,
dreaming.
doesn't it?
Mhm. It
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
So for somebody that is, looking at this program, this community, and they're like you, they're financially in a position, what would be your best advice for them?
Well, my best advice for them is that, the thing is, there is hope, there is hope. And, if you are willing to be coachable and you're willing to give it your all, you can completely change your life. And the thing is, like, I actually just talked about this the other day with somebody really close to me, is sometimes the biggest risks are the ones, like, I call it a biggest risk. You know what I mean? And the reason why is because we think everything's a risk, right, in life. And those risks that we are always like uncomfortable and scared to take are the ones that we're supposed to take, and that will completely change your life. And that's the thing, like, I will never call this a risk to me, but in that moment, as somebody who is worried about their financial situation or wondering, if their life can change, the reason why I say that is because that one thing is holding you back from something that can completely change your life. You know what I mean? And so it's worth getting uncomfortable and just doing it. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. I was the one that 2 months, I waited 2 months, and I have no regrets at all. But I just think, like, if I wouldn't have been that person who was scared a little bit and had like that little bit of skepticism and uncomfortableness, for myself, like that, just like, I'm so scared. What is going to happen? Or is this going to be another fail? Because that was the thing too for me. I failed so many of my other business opportunities. It was holding me back. But
Mhm.
I know for fact God was nudging me. So, like, that's the thing. Like, this is going to be worth it. And so talking to people, I'm just like, this can be the one thing that can completely change your life. And it is so amazing once you get in there and you see it and all the step by step and the beautifulness of the community, you will be so thankful.
Oh, oh,
So
oh my goodness. Thank you so much for sharing. Your story is awesome. And congratulations to you, your family, your husband. And I love the fact that you're dreaming again.
I am.